start it. Okay, let's try opening it. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I would like to talk about the culture shock during backpacking and how I adapted it. Okay, so before we continue the questions, uh, we introduce ourselves first. Okay, my name is Denendra Kenvin Limpi, and you can call me Kenji.
And me Raja Koryasir, you can call me Raja.
Okay,
Okay, so I can introduce myself right now.
yeah,
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My
Waalaikumsalam.
name is Banu Faras Ataullah, and I'm a student at IDN Backpacker School Sentul, which is now held in Jonggol.
yeah. Okay, so let's start to the question. Okay, so for the first question is, what was the most difficult part of adapting to a new culture?
The most difficult what? Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, what was the most difficult part of adapting to a new culture?
The most difficult part, right?
Yeah, yes,
I think uh, for me personally, I don't have like I have some beefs with some. I mean, I didn't have some difficulty in some things, except I mean like for the people and maybe language because I know like English is a global language. I know, but I'm sorry for the background noise. But not all of the people that you will meet like in the backpacker is fluent in English or even understand. I mean, like there was rarely amount of people that will understand. And then I think it's immigration because like sometimes they will stop, they will go to you and then stop you for a while and then ask like, where are you going? So many and else. So it just gonna take time because you just need to answer some question, but maybe in some country they will uh feeling like this is something that isn't right, but not all of the country, not all the 20 country I visit, but I mean like just for a bit of country, like example is when I'm going from Vietnam to Laos. I used to I used to be riding a train in a train. So I already buy the ticket from Hanoi to Laos. But suddenly in the like like border, right? When
yes,
you
I
want
know.
to enter one country, you need to go to there first for some immigration and things. Hey, I'm sorry, it's not from Vietnam to Laos, Thailand to Laos. So oh yeah. So I already buy the ticket to Laos City, but suddenly in the border we got stopped, and then the immigration people told us to bring our stuff out, and then the train just leave. If even I already have the ticket to Laos, but they told us to you must take a bus or any public transportation to go to other border.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like unfair because other people doesn't do like that, like what I was. So I think that just some people and some minor problems or language.
okay. So, what kind of the culture shock did you experience during a backpacking?
What kind of culture shock?
Yes,
Uh, For culture shock, if you asking like what kind, actually it's kind of a lot. First, we got from language, of course, and then the culture shock. The culture itself, because I mean, like when I'm in Egypt,
Yeah.
there's some unwritten rules like you can't go out with sarung on you, or they will think that you are after making love. Okay, making love, or else maybe you understand. And in Egypt too, you can't squat. What I mean with squat is jongkok, because they will think that you are uh, a woman that's selling himself. I'm like prostitution or else
Yes.
stuff.
I see.
And at the Morocco, like the shop out there doesn't open at morning. I don't know why, but they usually open after Zuhur, like 12 a.m. And so that's first. And then of course language, because when you when you go to Africa, like there's Arab country, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at first I guess like they just do speaking the same Arab language, but exactly it's not. When you go to Egypt, they goes like Arab Amia, and then when you go to Morocco, they have a name himself, which is Barbarian Arabic. I don't know why they call it like that. And I think people, because some people in the Africa are pretty racist. I
Yeah.
mean, when you go to Morocco, they will like mocking your eyes because Asian. I mean,
Yeah.
they just gonna spam you Sinua Sinua, which is Chinese, even
Yeah.
Arab. And I think the most racist is at Turkey, because like, so I'm gonna just tell you something. In Turkey, we live in a house. Okay, house.
Yeah.
There is basement, first floor, and else. So we live that we rent in the basement, and from the basement there's a little window, just a little window, for like maybe you can breathe, or else, and maybe you can see people walking, but just by the legs because you are on the basement. And sometimes the kids out there are throwing things at us, like either orange skin or banana peel, or maybe, oh yeah, one time the kid throw us a glass bottle, which is pretty dangerous. Like, yeah, it's like that. And got rushed by a police, because I don't know why. Maybe because they think that we are uh trafficked. So like one night, I just playing laptop and else, and then it goes dark, like the lights off. I'm not surprised, like, oh, maybe just some electric issue or else. But there's one thing that surprised me, that the police are being rushed to our door, like literally like interrogating us and else, and we got interrogated. Not us, I mean, like just the ustad, and they checking our passport one by one. And then after that uh they asking sorry to us because suuzon things and else.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that, like language, culture, What I mean by culture is time, and oh yeah, food. Of course, food, because not in all country the main dishes are rice. I mean, mostly in Africans are bread, but I like bread, so it's not a big deal. And then people, like that's what shocking the most, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so maybe after this, Raja will continue our question. Okay, for Raja this time, and
Okay, for Brother Banu Parastawa, I want to ask to you and Backpacker, did you have any misunderstanding with local people maybe?
Uh, of course, I do have some misunderstanding, like what I've already told you when I was going to Turkey, and then they got the police going through our door and interrogating us. Maybe it's because misunderstanding, because they think we are human trafficking or else. I don't know, but other from that, I don't have misunderstanding. They pretty even though they didn't know English, like maybe you can like pointing or using your hands, like either sign language or anything. They pretty understand about that. But maybe if you not maybe you can Arabic but not good. I mean, like not fluently good. You can just talk by a little if in Arabic they will understand. So I think the misunderstanding is not much, just that.
Okay, just that. And then maybe I want to ask again, how did you adapt to the new environment and culture? Also,
Uh how to adapt is how maybe I'm pretty adaptive, but okay. So first, when before you go to a country, you must research first, like what are the unwritten rules and what you can't do, or maybe like you can usually in backpacker, like for the first 3 days at a country we will freely explore, sometimes less. We will freely explore the town or anything. So maybe you can learn a bit about the town or the country. So yeah, you must prepare all of that. But the most important is research, because not all country are the same, right? Not
yeah,
all of them have the same rules, the same language, the same culture. Like, oh yeah, I forget to tell you about, like, in Turkey, if you go to a mosque, you must you are obligated to wear socks, because people on there are usually not usually often wear socks if they go to the mosque. So I think that's a culture in there. And yeah, the most important is research before you go to a country.
okay, maybe that's it. And then now Kenzie want to ask again. Maybe Kenzie, you can ask to Brother Banu.
okay. So my question is, did you learn any new habits from the local culture?
What can you repeat?
Okay, okay. Did you learn any new habits from the local culture?
Local habit from the people?
Yes, any new habits from the local culture?
Oh,
Yes,
you are asking like habits from the local culture people out there, right?
yes, Yeah, kinda.
Uh, so, mm, wait. I guess local culture is first. Uh, oh, in Arabic people, Arabic people are usually shouting. I mean, like they they for them is just like talking like usual, but I don't know. They are likely to scream out loud. Uh, I don't know why the reason because when I'm go to Morocco and then go to where to Egypt and Arab, yeah, they usually scream. Maybe it's just like a habit from them, but for them, but I don't know. It's pretty annoying, right? I mean, like you're just doing your daily activities and then people shouting, "Oh, oh," yeah. It just really disturbing. But I'm not. I'm cool with that because maybe that's their culture. And local culture again is like usual. Like in Turkey, you wearing socks to mask and else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them
Okay.
are the same.
Okay. So, did you ever feel homesick during your backpacking trip?
Feel what? Sick?
Homesick, homesick.
Homesick. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I oftenly homesick in backpacker. Uh, like it's usually shows up when the homestay was not good. I'm sorry. I just being honest. If the homestay was not good, I was being pretty homesick, but just a bit. I mean, like just a while, and then 1 day or 2 days, or else I'm just going cool with that. So yeah, it's okay to be homesick. I mean, like it's a basic feeling of a backpacker, I guess. But I randomly feels homesick, except of some conditions. And one of the condition is when the homestay was not good.
Yeah. Okay. So, how did local people react to you as a traveler?
What?
Okay, so I repeat again. How did local people react to you as a traveler?
Uh, how did local people react to
The
you as a
reaction, the
traveler?
reaction of the local people.
So, uh, yeah, most of them are being good, of course. Like you just see random people and then like just a basic human instinct. Like you just see a random people. There's no possible way that you just gonna punch them or anything. You're just gonna do good like hi, how are you and else. So yeah, local people are pretty good, except I have an exception.
Mm.
Kids at Turkey and Morocco because yeah, you know like what I already told you, they were pretty racist. Not just the kids, but the
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 people.
teens too. So
Yeah.
sometimes the teens just doing bad and else. But for people like the adult, they were very good. And like I oftenly getting paid. My food are getting paid like by random people. Like when I'm in Turkey, when I'm just like sitting with my friend and sipping some tea anything, some bagels and else. And then just a random people, like they were a group, they just uh paid my food otherwise, so I just gonna as thank you to them. And like in Morocco too, when I was buying some bread, because the main dishes there are bread, so you can see so many bread store over the road. They just paid my food for no reason, for absolutely no reason. I just mad for a while, and then he just paid at my food. And why Marco people are, I mean the dude is good because what my tour guide says that Morocco people in musim umrah or musim haji are oftenly getting help by Indonesians. So that's why they love Indonesian. So yeah,
Okay.
most of them are good. Most of them are good, but there may be a bit of people that are just like racist or else. So yeah,
Yeah, okay. Okay, Raja, you can continue now.
Okay. I want to ask, what country had the best food?
the best food, the best food. Actually, I have pretty a lot. First for me is Turkey. Why? Because their main dishes is bread, of course. But the bread is so various. I even I always oftenly go to a bakery near my homestay. Because why? Because the bread was so good. Okay,
Mm,
that's first. And then second, so I have three actually. Second for me is Arab, yeah, or United Emirates of Arab UAE. Because I don't know, their food is good. Even they have too much spice, but it just feels good. And then the last number three, hmm, maybe I'm gonna put Thailand because there are so much street food that are
mm,
very good and very delicious.
mm,
Okay, I only have three best food,
mm.
best country food. I mean,
Okay. And then, in your opinion, what is the most beautiful country you have ever visited?
my opinion, uh, Arabic, Arabic, Arab, of course, like because it's a Muslim country where there has the biggest mosque in the world, and the people there are just so good. And when you pray in one of the mosque, uh, your goodness can be multiplied. That's of course that will sit always in number one, and number two is Turkey. Why I always mention Turkey a lot first because the architecture is cool, very cool. I like the architecture of Turkey because it the it has influenced by the Europe because and Asian too, because Turkey are separated, not not really separated, but like yes separated, like half Asian and half Europe. So both condiments are influencing in those country, either like architecture or else. And then Turkey is cool too. The weather is cool, like it's oftenly cool. So it's only sometimes that it just feels hot Maybe you feel hot if in your homestay or else. But overall, it's cool. And then number three is Thailand. Thailand is like Indonesia, like 11-12, mirip lah.
Okay.
But it's more advanced at Thailand. I don't know why, like it's way more cleaner, way more cooler and else. And they have public transportation that uses a boat too, which is very cool. So I think that
Okay. Now, continue to Kenzie to ask.
Okay, so uh, what is the biggest challenge when you traveling?
when what?
When you traveling to the 11th
Oh,
region?
biggest challenge.
Yeah,
Biggest. I guess mm, maybe I'm just gonna taught you like what is the challenge, but I'm not gonna rank them. I'm just gonna taught you. First, immigration, of course, because you need to ask by people, by the immigration people, and not always fast, because maybe some of the immigration people are just thinking bad of you, or maybe doesn't like you or else. So, not always good as you think. And then the challenge is maybe language. Language is one of the challenging challenge because like if they don't understand English, then what else you have to say? So you must say it by your hand. I mean, like it way more easier when they understand English too. But don't worry, in some places like I mean like Asian, like I visit Asian like Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, and what is it? Malaysia. Most many of them are understand English and understand Melayu. Melayu is
yeah,
like Indo, just a bit different. So yeah, you can understand it by yourself. And then food, of course, food. I mean, in some country like communist country like Laos and Vietnam, there are so randomly halal food because most of them are just pigs and pigs. So yeah, it's kind of hard to find halal food in Vietnam and Laos. But in Laos, I usually cook by myself, by my team. I mean, because we have a cooking schedule too, right? And in Vietnam, uh, they got like one one daerah, yeah, one area that was filled with full of them are halal foods. And why is it why is it so many halal food in that area? Because there is a mosque, one mosque in there. And so in Laos they only have one mosque. If I'm what I as far I know, and in Hanoi, in Vietnam, there only one mosque too. And then yeah, I think just all of that, just immigration, language, and food.
okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah, how
and
did,
weather. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
just
weather, because
continue.
not all country the weather are same, right? Like in
Yes,
Nepal, there are there is so cold like freezing cold until -4
Yeah.
or maybe lower. And like in Egypt, the weather is so hot until 35, and they can go higher. And yeah, I think it's that.
Okay. So, yeah, how did you prepare yourself before visiting another country?
What?
How did you prepare yourself before visiting another country?
How I prepare myself before visiting another country?
Yeah.
Hmm. It's like what I told you. Like, so first, like usually, I'm just gonna research around my around my homestay, like how food near my homestay, or maybe laundry near my homestay, because laundry is very important for your clothes, of course. And then like I'm research too, like how much the food are cost in that country. Like biasanya berapa sih? Ya. Uh, so you can save money. So you can manage your money. Like you can manage for your laundry. Maybe if in your homestay didn't have some washing machine, and then you can manage your money for food and else. But uh, what I perfectly say, if you better prepare anything from Indonesia just for clothes. This is just for clothes. Like not all of the country the weather are good, right? So maybe you can bring some jacket if it's too cold, or maybe you can bring some a thin shirt if it's too hot, or maybe you can, yeah, just a shirt. So you must prepare everything before you go backpacker. But like what I usually prepare is like uh just like research. I'm just doing research.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to experience backpacking again in another country, and why?
Um, would I like? Of course, I do. I will proudly do it if I'm being offered another chance to go backpacker to another country. And then why? The reason why, because I love traveling, of course. I love going to any country and else. And second, like I just want to know like what the what country like is that. I want to know the culture, the architecture, the food, and else. So like I just want to know, yeah, penasaran. When okay, okay, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for Brother Banu for your times and the college that you gave to me and Raja. So I think it's
Done.
done. Yeah. So maybe that's all for the sharing sessions.
Okay.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for you all
Yeah. Yeah.
letting
Thank you.
me do this sharing session.